The $3,200 secret. How luxury cruising got cheaper. I saved $3,200 on my last luxury cruise. That's not an exaggeration, it's a fact. The listed price for my veranda suite was an eye-watering $11,500. My final bill was closer to $8,300. How? It wasn't luck, it was strategy. A lot of people think luxury travel is about paying the full, inflated price without blinking. They're wrong. Smart travelers know the system is a game, and if you know the rules, you can win. This isn't about finding cheap cruises. This is about paying less for the best cruises. You just need a playbook, and I'm about to hand you the 2026 edition. Forget everything you think you know about booking travel. The game has changed for 2026. Cruise lines are using sophisticated pricing algorithms. They adjust fares daily, even hourly. But these systems have patterns. They have weaknesses. I'm going to show you how to exploit them. Section 2. Wave Season Black Friday. The two golden windows for 2026. Timing is everything. If you remember one thing, remember this. Two primary windows when cruise lines panic and drop their best deals. For 2026 sailings, these windows are your targets. The first is Wave Season January to March 2025, industry's biggest promotional period. Cruise lines compete fiercely. They roll out their most aggressive offers. Buy one, get one half off. Free airfare. Complimentary drink packages. Onboard credit. Time for early birds. Best choice of cabins. Best choice of itineraries. The second window, Black Friday Cyber Monday late November 2025. Used to be minor for travel. Not anymore. It's massive. Cruise lines fill remaining inventory. Deals can match or beat wave season. Section 3. The art of the cabin. Location over luxury. Everyone wants a balcony. Everyone wants a view. But not all balconies are created equal, and sometimes the smartest move is to skip the balcony altogether. When you're booking a luxury cruise, the cabin you choose is one of the biggest levers you can pull to control costs. The secret isn't just about picking the cheapest category, it's about finding the hidden gems on the ship's deck plan. The first rule is to prioritize location. A well-located, quiet inside cabin is often a better experience than a poorly located balcony cabin that costs $1,000 more. Midship cabins on lower to middle decks offer the most stability and are usually the quietest. Look for obstructed view balconies. These are the unsung heroes of cruise savings. The obstruction is often just a lifeboat davit or a piece of steel structure that partially blocks your view downwards. You still get the fresh air. You still get the natural light. You still get the private outdoor space. But you can pay 20 to 30% less than you would for an identical cabin with a perfect view. For a cruise listed at $5,000 for a standard balcony, an obstructed view version might be just $3,800. That's a $1,200 savings for a minor inconvenience you'll barely notice. Section 4. The Upgrade Gambit. How to win a suite for less. Getting a suite for the price of a standard cabin feels like winning the lottery. It's not, it's a calculated strategy. For 2026, the #1 tool is the upgrade auction. Major luxury lines now let you bid for a better cabin after booking. You'll get an email inviting you to bid. This is where you need to be smart. The system shows a slider with a minimum and maximum. Never bid the maximum. Don't bid the middle. My rule, bid just above the minimum. About 10 to 15% higher. Why does this work? Most people don't bid. Others place the absolute minimum. A small higher bid stands out without overpaying. I once bid $350 per person to go from a veranda to a penthouse suite. The listed difference was over $2,500. I won. Cruise lines want some revenue from empty suites, not full price. A low but strategic bid often secures it. Low risk, high reward. Cruise line loyalty programs are designed to keep you booking with them. But you can turn the tables and make the program work for you. Join the loyalty club for every cruise line you might consider. It's free. After one cruise, you'll reach the first tier of status. Perks often include early booking access to new itineraries, dedicated check-in lines, a complimentary bottle of wine in your cabin. These small benefits add up at no extra cost. Real power comes when you move beyond a single line. In 2026, the smartest travelers are brand agnostic. They leverage partnerships. Many cruise lines share parent companies. Status with Royal Caribbean can sometimes translate to perks on celebrity cruises. Look at your credit cards. American Express Platinum, Chase Sapphire Reserve. These cards can offer travel credits. special booking portals with extra perks, the ability to transfer points to cruise partners. A single sign-up bonus can equal $1,000 or more toward a cruise. Don't hoard points. Use them strategically. Transfer credit card points to an airline partner to book your flight to the port. That can be better value than using points for the cruise fare. The price you see in the ad is the bait. The final price you pay is the reality. The gap between the two is filled with taxes, fees, gratuities that can add 20 to 30% to your total cost. A savvy traveler knows how to see through the marketing and calculate the true, all-in price before booking. For 2026, cruise lines are getting more creative with their fee structures. You need to be vigilant. First, dissect port fees and taxes. These are non-negotiable. Some travel agents and booking sites bundle them into the initial price. Others add them at the final checkout screen. Always compare the final, out-the-door price. Next up are the automatic gratuities, also called service charges. These are daily fees, typically $16 to $25 per person per day. They're automatically added to your onboard account. For a couple on a 10-day cruise, that's an extra $320 to $500. Some luxury lines, like Regent Seven Seas, include gratuities in their fare. Others, like Oceania, do not. When comparing two cruises, you must factor in this cost. Sometimes, a cruise with a higher sticker price that includes gratuities is actually cheaper than one with a lower fare that adds them on later. Then there's the world of onboard spending. This is where cruise lines make a huge chunk of their profit. That specialty steakhouse? It's a $60 per person surcharge. That fast Wi-Fi connection? It could be $30 per day. The cocktails by the pool? $15 a pop. Everyone wants to cruise to Alaska in July. Everyone wants to see the Greek Isles in August. That's why it's so expensive. The secret to saving a fortune while still enjoying fantastic destinations is to travel during the shoulder season. This is the magical time right before or right after the peak season. The weather is often just as good, if not better. The crowds are thinner and the prices are significantly lower. Let's take the Mediterranean. Peak season is June, July, August. It's hot, it's crowded, it's expensive. But consider sailing in May or late September. The weather is beautiful, pleasantly warm instead of scorching hot. The ancient ruins of Rome are far less congested. Athens is far less congested. And the cruise fares can be 25 to 40% lower. A suite that costs $12,000 in August might be available for $8,000 in May. You get a better experience for less money. It's the ultimate travel hack, and it requires nothing more than a flexible calendar. The same logic applies to other popular regions. For Alaska, the peak is June, July, August, but the shoulder season months of late May and early September offer incredible value. In May, you'll see more snow on the mountains, which makes the scenery even more dramatic. In September, you get the beginning of the fall colors and fewer families with children. The wildlife is still active. The glaciers are still calving, and your savings can be substantial. You're trading a small amount of weather risk for a huge financial gain. This strategy requires you to zig when everyone else zags. This is one of the best-kept secrets in the cruise world. Twice a year, the entire global cruise fleet moves. Ships that spend the summer in Alaska, Europe must cross the Atlantic Pacific to reposition for their winter season in the Caribbean, South America. These voyages are called repositioning cruises. They are one-way journeys with lots of sea days and often sold at incredibly deep discounts. We're talking pennies on the dollar compared to a standard itinerary. This is your chance to experience a top-tier luxury ship for a fraction of its normal cost. Think about it. A cruise line needs to get its billion-dollar ship from Barcelona to Miami. They can sail it empty, paying for fuel and crew with zero revenue, or they can sell the cabins for whatever they can get. A 14-day transatlantic crossing on a luxury line might cost as little as $2,500 per person. That's less than $180 per day for a floating 5-star resort with all your meals, entertainment, transportation included. The per diem cost is often lower than staying in a mid-range hotel and eating at casual restaurants. These cruises are not for everyone. They typically involve many consecutive days at sea. If you need a new port every day, this isn't for you. But if you love the ship itself, spa, restaurants, lectures, relaxation, then a repositioning cruise is heaven. For 2026, look for transatlantic sailings in the spring, eastbound, fall, westbound. Also look for trans-Pacific routes, unique journeys, like from Alaska down to Hawaii. There are a few things to keep in mind. The biggest challenge is the one-way airfare, which can be expensive. You need to budget for flying into your departure port and flying home from your arrival port. However, even with the cost of a one-way international flight, the total vacation cost is often still a massive bargain. Some cruise lines even offer subsidized airfare packages for these sailings. We've covered a lot of ground. You now have the playbook to save thousands on your next luxury cruise, but information is useless without action. It's time to move from planning to booking. The best deals for 2026 are already appearing, and they won't wait. Here is your final checklist. 5 critical actions to lock a great deal. Follow these steps, and you'll be sailing in style for a price that will make your friends jealous. This is how you win the game. First, calculate the total cost, not the headline fare. Open a spreadsheet and compare at least 2 cruise lines for your itinerary. Add up the base fare. Add all taxes and port fees. Add the mandatory daily gratuities. Then estimate what you'll spend on drinks, Wi-Fi, specialty dining. This is the only way to compare apples to apples. Don't let a low sticker price fool you. Second, choose your timing strategy, early or late. Need a specific cabin on a specific sailing? Book now. Book during 2025. Wave season, Janmar, for choice and perks. Flexible? Wait for Black Friday and Cyber Monday 2025. Pick one strategy and commit. Hesitation costs money. Third, leverage every advantage. Sign up for cruise line loyalty programs. Check your credit card benefits. Travel credits. Point transfer partners. Contact a cruise specialist travel agent. They may have access to group rates. They may have special promotions. A 15-minute call could save you hundreds. Fourth, be smart about your cabin. Prioritize midship for stability. Look for obstructed view balconies. Consider guarantee cabin options. Think about how much time you'll spend in your room. Don't splurge on a massive suite unless it's worth it. Find the sweet spot between comfort and cost.